David Bowie is my whole life and soul. Hey guys, it's Bailey, and today I'm gonna be showing you guys my collection of vinyl records. And I'm still like building my collection. I've got a pretty huge collection, and the ones that I'm gonna show you guys today is actually not all of the ones that I have, because my dad actually gave me a lot of his old vinyl records whenever I got my record player. So some of them I don't listen to, some of them I don't like. So I'm not going to show the ones I don't like because, you know, obviously that would be kind of dumb and like pointless, right? So yeah, I'm going to show you guys my vinyls, and I'm going to tell you guys what my favorite song would be off of that record. So yeah, let's get down to business. So the first record that I have is by the XX. I think it's really just titled XX, like self-titled, I guess. I'm not really sure. But yeah, I've got this on vinyl, and my favorite song off of this album would probably have to be Intro. And that's such a like cliche thing to say, I guess, because like that's kind of everyone's favorite song, I think. But I mean, it's a really good song and I love it, so yeah. The second vinyl that I have is 21 Pilots' Vessel, and I would probably not ever be able to say what my favorite song on this album would be, or really any song by 21 Pilots, because if you know me by now, you've probably seen my channel. It's nothing but 21 Pilots. I'm so far up their asses that it's like crazy. So I don't know if I could pick one, but for the sake of the video, I guess I would probably have to say,
2 hours later.
Okay, so I'm probably gonna have to say Car Radio, because it's the first song that I heard by them, so yeah. This is the Vessel vinyl, and it's like clear, like translucent kind of, and I'm in love with it. Like, it's so beautiful. The next album is Parachutes by Coldplay, and I got this vinyl like a while ago, and I haven't really listened to it much, but I love Coldplay, and when I was younger I used to be so much more into them, and I kind of wish I still was, because they're like an amazing band. But yeah, my favorite song on this album would probably have to be Yellow, because I think it's such a beautiful song, and it's so like emotional and like just personal, and I love it. The next album I have is Elephant by the White Stripes, like the weird edition, like double edition or something. I don't know, I forgot what it's called, but like it's got like a lot of, it's really thick, as you can see. It's like really heavy, and I'll open it up for you guys. It's got like some cool artwork. I hope you can see this. It's like some feet and them dancing and stuff. Yeah, it's got vinyls in both of these pockets, and they're both just like standard black, so I'm not gonna pull them out, but the covers have got artwork on them too. The next album that I have for you guys is Pablo Honey by Radiohead. I also got this one a while ago, and I also used to be really into Radiohead as well, and they're really good. Yes, I like Coldplay and I like Radiohead. I know, it's like a sin. Yeah, and of course, I'm such a basic bitch that I think that Creep is probably my favorite song off this album. Yeah, I'm a loser, so I'm like the same as everyone else. I like Creep. Yeah, and this is just standard black, so I won't show it to you. Alright, so this is probably like one of my favorite albums besides 21 Pilots' Vessel, because I mean, I don't even really listen to this band all that much, but like I just love this album so much. And I guess you could say I'm kind of a poser, because I didn't really start listening to them until they got like a little less like hardcore and more like post-hardcore. This is Restoring Force by Of Mice and Men. But yeah, this is probably one of my favorite albums, and my favorite song on this album, ooh, I don't know. This is kind of like 21 Pilots. I don't know if I could pick a favorite on this one. But for the sake of the video, again, I'd probably have to say that Bones Exposed is my favorite song on this album, because I heard that was one of the first songs that I heard on this album by them. So yeah, and I don't remember what color this is, so Oh yeah, this one is cool. I remember now. It's blue and it's like marbled and I love it so much. Like, look how beautiful that is. Like, so the next one I have is River City Tan Lines, and it's called Coast to Coast. This band is actually like a local band to me. My dad actually, I think, knows them, and so I like bought this album, one, because I was kind of just like, hey dad, look, I found their album, and two, because like they're a really good band. So you should definitely check them out. Actually, I don't even know if they're still together, to be honest. I looked up their Wikipedia and it said only like one person was still in the band. So my favorite song on this album would probably have to be Dark Matter, just because it's a good song. I don't know, I like it. And this is what the River City Tan Lines album looks like. It's green and kind of translucent, and yeah, it's cool. The next is Iron and Wine, Our Endless Numbered Days. And this is such a good album. Like, I haven't listened to anything else but this album by this band, but like, they're so good. Like, I love them. They're so chill, and like, if you're having a bad day or something, you can just turn them on and they'll just like calm you. My favorite song on this album, again, I'm so basic. My favorite song on this album is probably Flightless Bird, American Mouth. One, because I heard it on Twilight and I'm a huge like Twilight fan, like no shame, I love Twilight, and it makes me think of Twilight, and like I get flashbacks and it makes me cry, but also like I love the song. So yeah, and this is just a standard black. So the next one I have, oh my gosh, I was like begging for this for Christmas. Anyone who knows me, like, I'm in love with the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I got the soundtrack because I'm a loser. I don't really know what's going on here. It's really old. My favorite song on this album would probably either have to be Sweet Transvestite or like the opening theme song. I forgot what it's called. Oh yeah, just like science fiction double feature. I don't know why. I guess I just really like those two songs. I love all of the songs, but those are my favorite. And this is just a standard black, so yeah, but it's great and I love it, and I really recommend seeing the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Okay, this is probably my favorite one out of like the old vinyls that I have, and this is Ziggy Stardust by David Bowie. David Bowie is such an inspiration. Like, he like led the way for androgyny, and I think that like plays a role in today and how people are more like accepting of things that are going on in this world right now, especially like androgyny and like the LGBT community. And yeah, so David Bowie, props to you for leading the way for acceptance to people that are not all the same. But my favorite song on this album, of course, is Ziggy Stardust. It's amazing. I also really love Suffragette City too, but Ziggy Stardust. The next one I have is Arlo Guthrie. It's Alice's Restaurant, and really, I think this whole album is just like one song. Alice's Restaurant Massacre. Yeah, it's 18 minutes, 20 seconds long, and it's a good song, but it's kind of like really lengthy, as you can tell, and it's hard to listen to because it's so long. And the rest of the songs, yeah, are on the other side. And they're just normal length songs, but I guess I'd have to say my favorite song on this album is Alice's Restaurant Massacre. And last but not least, my only 45 that I have is a Stevie Wonder 45. I got it at like this antique shop, and it surprisingly like plays really well, and it doesn't like skip that much, so that's like great. But yeah, it's got You've Got It Bad Girl and Superstition. And I got this because of Superstition, because I like Superstition. So that's my favorite song on this little album 45 thing. So yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Love you. Bye. And I, like, when I was in like 7th grade, I used to be like that kid who ended up being obsessed with like classic rock, and I was that one kid who was just like, ugh, you listen to that kind of music? I listen to classic rock. I only listen to real music. Like, I was that kid.